Here comes the new Galaxy A36. There are a few changes compared to the previous generation, and there are a lot of similarities when we compare it with the new Galaxy A56. So we will be drawing some comparisons between these two. So if you want to get a full context, do watch our review of the Galaxy A56 first, which I will link down in the description below and also at the top right corner there. So in today's video, we are going to talk about this phone, the A36. Thanks in advance for liking and subscribing, so let's get into it. Now, looking at the design itself, the Galaxy A36 is practically having the exact same design as the A56. We have the key island as well, though the frame is now made out of plastic, just like the A35. The camera bump at the back is more or less the same as the A56 as well, though there is just one big piece of glass covering all the camera lenses. Just like the A56, my intrusive thoughts took over me and I immediately tried to pry off the camera cover. I did not actually pry it out, but yes, you can pry it out. It's quite easy, I would say. But disclaimer again, I am not responsible for what happens if you actually pry it out. And since we're here, let's now talk about the cameras. The Galaxy A36 uses the same cameras as the A35 from last year, but the chipset has been changed from Exynos to Snapdragon, hence the ISP is also different. And oh boy, I do have a lot of things to say about it. So I also took the phone to Taiwan to take a lot of pictures since we are reviewing the A36 anyway. The daylight shots in the main camera looks pretty good. It might look a bit gloomy or dark in a few shots because it is. Taipei had mostly cloudy weather throughout the week when I was there. Night shots are pretty good as well, so good job there. The ultra-wide angle camera though is pretty disappointing but also expected since it's the same 8 megapixel sensor as before. While the colors are good, the details are gone and it looks some sort of like oil painting in some shots. That is especially true for night shots. Taking videos is gonna be a bit more challenging. The Galaxy A36 can only shoot up to 4K 30fps or 1080p 60fps and wow, it does not look good. This night video at the park is just jittery, noisy, and doesn't have much details at all. So if you want to shoot videos with the Galaxy A36, just don't do it at night. I don't think the Snapdragon ISP can handle night videos properly. And I also think the choice to use the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 in the Galaxy A36 is a mistake. You see, the Galaxy A35 from last year uses the Galaxy A54's chipset, and Samsung should have just used the A55 chipset on the Galaxy A36, but they did not. Hence the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 being a disappointing choice. Generally, it is smooth enough to navigate around the system, but it's a completely different story when it comes to gaming. In short, 60fps is unachievable in Genshin Impact even at the lowest graphical settings. Zenless Zone Zero is also stuttery at the lowest graphical settings. But then again, it can handle simple games like PUBG Mobile and COD Mobile, so it truly depends on what kind of games that you are playing. Does the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 offer good battery life then? Well, not exactly. This A36 has the same 5000 mAh battery as the A56, and yet it lasts for about an hour less in our standardized battery life test. So yes, the Exynos 1580 in the Galaxy A56 is actually more efficient than the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. Surprising, I know. As for the charging speed, this new A36 also got an upgrade to 45 watts and it takes around 72 minutes to charge from 15% to completion. But it has the same behavior as the A56. It's only for the first few minutes or so where it shoots up to around 43 watts for a short while and then dropping it back down and stabilizing the charging speed at around 15 watts. Once again, I do think that Samsung can push the wattage even higher to achieve faster charging since the temperature is only at around 37.5 at most. So we do have quite a lot of thermal headroom to push more wattage for faster charging. Maybe Samsung can change the charging behavior in a future software update, but this is what we have right now. The screen is also basically the same as the Galaxy A56. It's using a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED screen with 2340 by 1080 pixel in resolution and also goes up to 120Hz refresh rate. The maximum achievable auto brightness is around 1150 nits as well, so this is the same. We also have 4 different color modes available as well, and they behave the same too. Cranking up the vividness level will increase the DCI-P3 color gamut coverage. And for this phone though, when we do crank it up to vividness level 3, both sRGB and DCI-P3 color gamut coverage will go nearly 100% just as expected. So if you like your displays to look more saturated, then just increase the vividness to level 3. As for the software, it's once again basically the same as the Galaxy A56. The fingerprint scanner is located lower, and I still don't think that this is a good location, so the now bar has to be moved higher. The now bar animations are still a bit jarring like the Galaxy A56, but to me, I don't think that this is a big deal anyway. The Now Breathe feature is also missing on the A36, but other than that, all other One UI features are present on the A36. Once again, you can check out our other video where we go through how I set up my Samsung devices at the top right corner there. Most things do apply to the Galaxy A series as well. And a few more things to mention here. The Galaxy A36 uses a USB 2.0 port at the bottom, and it does not have display output capability. And just like the A56, it no longer has microSD card support. Once again, I have no idea why Samsung removed it. So, should you buy the Galaxy A36 then? Well, I think this is a tough question to answer. At the price of 1,499 ringgit, I do think that this is quite expensive, particularly because of the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. If Samsung opted to use the Exynos 1480 for this phone though, then I do think that that is a better deal. I think the biggest reason to buy the A36 though is because of One UI 7. Even with the missing Now Breathe feature, One UI 7 is still superbly powerful thanks to a lot of unique features like modes and routines and also Samsung Wallet. So do let me know what you think about the Galaxy A36. Do you think using the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 here is the right choice or not? Let me know all of your colorful comments down in the comment section below, and remember to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video.